This is New York Nightly News with Chuck Scarborough.
Well, since June 21st, 10 New Jersey residents have died in 6 residential fires across the state, including 4 in an early morning fire in Paterson. But the state is stalling on adopting a national building code which includes residential fire sprinkler equipment. And our next guest says the holdup is Governor Christie's office. Here to explain is David Kurasz. He's Executive Director of the New Jersey Fire Sprinkler Advisory Board. David, welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me, sir.
How many lives can be saved by residential sprinkler systems, you think?
Nationally, we lose about 3,000 lives a year. In the state of New Jersey, roughly about 80. In the state of New York, roughly about 125.
And how many of those do you think actually could be saved if you had sprinkler systems?
I would confidently say almost 100%. There has never been a multiple loss of life in a fully sprinklered building. There are studies that show in Arizona and Maryland, in areas that are sprinklered versus areas that are not, that there are no fire deaths in areas where there are many.
So why aren't just smoke detectors sufficient?
Smoke detectors are great, and I think they should be in every single household. All they do is they're just a reactive form of fire protection, where fire sprinklers are proactive. Elderly person, disabled person is not going to be able to evacuate once they hear that smoke alarm alone. So what the fire sprinkler system does is actively work to put that fire out.
The sprinkler system doesn't trigger until, what, about 150 degrees? The house has to get pretty hot before the sprinklers go off. So you're already in some kind of trouble, aren't you?
Absolutely. There's no doubt. And actually, you're really not in much trouble at all. The only thing that's going to set the fire sprinkler head off is heat, and the only one head's going to go off that's above where the heat is. You know, if the fire is in the kitchen head's going to activate, not the one in the living room. And believe it or not, that is relatively quick. We have a demonstration trailer. Within 30 seconds, you have enough heat, and you're out of the house safely.
How much does it cost to put one in the house?
Less than your granite countertops, less than a carpet upgrade. You're looking at a national average of $1.61 a square foot. So really, I almost consider it a non-cost.
How many states actually have this now? Mandatory?
Mandatory right now statewide. You have California's on board. Pennsylvania was the first state to adopt. Iowa, New Hampshire, and are on board right now in South Carolina, excuse me. And many other states don't do it on a statewide level. They do it on a countywide level. So you're probably about 6 or 7 other states like that.
Are they an eyesore?
Oh, not at all. You actually probably have them as I walked in here. You can't even see them. They blend in. They're recessed. They're concealed. And you can actually have them factory painted to match the color of the ceiling.
It's fascinating. Yeah, it is. Homes, I'm given to understand that homes are actually more dangerous now than they used to be. That homes burn more readily. Is that correct?
That is actually absolutely correct.
Why is that?
A couple reasons. The stat behind it is 20 years ago you had 17 minutes to flash over, and today you have about 3 minutes to flash over. The reasoning is open space floor plans. Every house now has a computer where we didn't in the past. Microfiber furniture plays a big part, and builders are building with lightweight construction. What that means is early collapses, firefighter lives are at risk, and the people in the house are at much quicker risk also.
Flashover is when the fire just spreads rapidly?
That means when everything in the entire room has ignited, all the gases of everything, and in an instant you'll get a huge flash ball.
So wouldn't it pay also to try to take a look at the way homes are built, not just putting in these sprinkler systems, but maybe try to regulate the materials and get more fireproof stuff in there to buy a little more time? It
absolutely would. A lot of our members are members of the ICC, the International Code Council, which sit on boards that regulate, what is good, what is not good to put into a house, and we're pushing every day to try to get.
Last question: what's your advice to Governor Christie?
Please save lives. I mean, fire sprinklers save lives and property. This is proactive response, and we don't have to lose 100 people a year.
All right, David Kurasz, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for your time.
We have an update now on that 11-year-old Broadway star who's battling leukemia. She is going to get her life-saving transplant.